We'll return to that big story, but moving on, the US government shutdown has entered its 36th day, breaking the previous record and leaving some 1.4 million federal workers unpaid. Food banks are strained as the SNAP benefits stall nationwide, though the White House says it is complying with court orders to distribute aid. Meanwhile, President Trump said government shutdown played a major role in election results where Democrats swept a trio of races yesterday. Rabindra Chauhan has more.
The US government shutdown hit its 36th day on Wednesday, surpassing the 35-day record set during Donald Trump's first term. The funding lapse, ongoing since September 30, has left 1.4 million federal workers unpaid, disrupted key welfare programs, and raised fears of travel chaos ahead of Thanksgiving.
I don't think it was good for Republicans. I don't think it was good. I'm not sure it was good for anybody. But we had an interesting evening and we learned a lot. If you read the pollsters, the shutdown was a big factor, negative for the Republicans. And that was a big factor. And they say that I wasn't on the ballot was the biggest factor. But I don't know about that, but I was honored that they said that.
Yeah, it certainly looks like we're going to have the longest shutdown on record. And, I think it really is indicative of the reality that both sides are more or less comfortable with their policy and political points right now. So from a Republican perspective, they're voting to keep the government open, and so they feel insulated from charges that they're shutting down the government. And for Democrats, they're putting front and center a healthcare issue, which is always the kind of issue that polls well for Democrats.
With SNAP benefits stalled nationwide, food banks are struggling to meet soaring demand as supplies dwindle.
Before all of this happened, 200 clients per day, that's heads of household. Right now we're getting reports that some days it's 300 to 350. So a significant increase in the number of families.
However, White House said that President Donald Trump is fully complying with the court order to fund SNAP food benefits, despite his earlier remarks linking aid distribution to the ongoing shutdown.
Look, the president does not want to have to continue to dip into a contingency fund that doesn't even have enough money, by the way, to fund the full program. It takes $9 billion to get the full scale of the benefits out the door. This contingency fund only has about $5 billion in it. So again, Democrats need to reopen the government so we can get these benefits out the door for people who truly need them.
Transportation Department has warned of mass flight delays and possible airspace closures if the standoff continues, as more than 60,000 TSA and air traffic control staff work without pay. The impasse centers on healthcare spending. Democrats demand a deal to extend insurance subsidies before restoring funding, while Republicans insist funding must resume first. Despite mounting public pressure, both sides remain firm. Bureau Report, DD India.